Ciao, my love. Welcome back to another episode of the Piloni Tooth podcast with me, Mayra Piloni. How is this week going? How is all this Scorpio energy treating you? Because it is quite intense, right? And I say so myself as a Scorpio sun and stellium. So I always say that when I say it's intense, it usually means something because my core energy is quite already intense and it's pretty normal for me. But when I start feeling it, I know it's teaching me something. I know it's teaching me some kind of wisdom, some kind of alchemy is happening. And this week is very special because we have Sun in Scorpio, the Moon in Scorpio. Mercury just went into Scorpio. It's currently retrograding. We have Venus in Scorpio. And we have Black Moon Lilith also in Scorpio. That is a full whammy. It is intense. It's not gentle. It is not going to be gentle. Like I always say, Scorpio is not gentle. It is not cupcakes and pink bows and ribbons or whatever you, you want to say. It's like a dominatrix, I would say, because it's very sexy energy, but it's powerful. It owns it. And we all have a Scorpio placement in our chart. Even if you don't have any planets in Scorpio, you'll at least have one house in Scorpio. So not everyone's going to feel this energy the same. I think the generation of Scorpio in their Pluto, like Pluto and Scorpio, are definitely going to feel it. Because and that's going to be obviously millennials. There's obviously Pluto in Libra, which I think the last year for that was maybe 82, 81, 80, 81, 82. And then it goes into Scorpio. And then it's in Scorpio up until I think 1995, but I'm not sure. I haven't checked. And then it goes into Sagittarius. So those with Pluto and Libra and Sagittarius um, are not going to feel it as much. And again, it depends if your chart is full of Scorpio planets. You're going to feel it a lot more. Like me, I have a full stellium of Scorpio in my 10th house. I definitely feel it, even though you know, how do I say this? Like, I feel that I've done a lot of alchemy with Scorpio. I've done a lot of transformation in my life multiple times over and over and over and over again. It never ends. It never ends. But specifically for those of us with Pluto in Scorpio, like part of our life purpose is to transform. And, Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. So it is one very powerful placement to have. And it doesn't repeat that often in life. So the fact that you were born in this lifetime with that placement in your birth chart is very quite special, I think. And and this week in general is very special with all this energy in Scorpio. It's definitely asking us to go deep within ourselves and get real with ourselves. And this is something that is very me. Like a lot of people, that know me, and a lot of people actually don't like me for this reason, is that I say it like it is. I am not someone who is going to tell you to bow down, to be small, to shrink, and to not say your truth. I am someone who's going to tell you to stand up tall, to own it, to own your power, to own your light, and to say it like it is. And a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people get angry when you speak your truth, if they're being, abusive, or if they're taking advantage of you, or if they're using you, or whatever the case may be. They want you to be small and not know how wonderful you are, how magnificent you are. And then when you start showing up in your big, bold light, they get angry about it. Like, it could go in many ways. And I'm here as a Scorpio stallion to tell you to fucking own it, to own your power, own your light, and always say it like it is. Because those, you know, who get upset over you telling it like it is are not your people. Your people are not going to care that you say it like it is. It's like this entire season of Scorpio, this birth season for me and solar return, I got pretty bold the last maybe previous 2 weeks where I was seeing some unfairness and there was things coming up for me where I was like, I've been giving so much. And that's something I also have to learn within myself to not overgive and have boundaries. And this is something I'm also telling you guys, like you need to have boundaries with that and not constantly be overgiving. You don't need to overgive to nobody because again, your people, they're going to see your worth. You don't have to overgive. And this is something that, I've had to learn. I noticed that I am someone who's just like by nature, I'm a very giving, loving, loyal person. And that desire for true friendship in me has led me to always giving to maybe the wrong people. And I started to notice that a lot of the people that I have supported in their business, in their social media, on their posts, blogs, whatever it is. I have supported them so much. I have given so much. I've even paid for things. And I've, shared their content on my social media. Whatever it is that I did to support them, like their posts, commented, engaged, comes to me by nature. I like to support other people. And this is something that I want to do for you all is to, remind you of your power and to support you along this journey in life. If you're here with me right now, there's a reason why me and you are connected. And so, I noticed that those people that I gave so much to, supported so much, did not support me back. Have not, maybe liked some of my posts or engaged on my, on the podcast or my YouTube channel or, whatever it is that I'm doing with my brand work. I noticed none of these people have been supporting me in the same way. Very, very few. Okay. And I literally mean very few, have supported me. So that actually brought up some anger. And this is again very Scorpio of me. It brought up a lot of anger. And I said, I'm not gonna stay quiet. I'm not gonna stay quiet. I'm gonna bring it up and I'm gonna make it very clear that I'm very aware of this and that I'm not putting up with it. Okay. And see, people get annoyed when you do this because they want you to be stupid. They want you to not own, like, what's the word? To show up for yourself and to, love yourself and to have respect for yourself. They want you to be stupid. They just want you to give, 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 give. And they just want to take. And they don't want you to realize that, that you're playing small or that you're dimming yourself or that you're overgiving because they're what's the word? Gosh, I'm forgetting all my English. They just want to take advantage, okay? And it suits them, and or maybe some of them just do it unconsciously. But uh, y- you know, again, I made it very clear. I'm sure I pissed off a lot of people. I already am used to the fact that I piss off a lot of people because I always say the truth and people don't like to hear the truth. Okay, and this is very Scorpio alchemy, Scorpio energy. So again, back to the energy reading of this week. And that's that Scorpio, especially in all these planets, the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, and Lilith is gonna, force you in a sense to look within and to really transform things that need to be transformed and to release whatever needs to like you let let go of, if there's anger, if there's frustration, if there's something that's irritating you, look at it straight in the face, feel it, and then release it. I literally had a session with myself the day after my birthday. I'm not going to talk about my birthday on this episode, but the day after my birthday, oh my God, I was feeling intense. I was feeling a lot of things. I was feeling a lot in my energy. I just wanted to cry. I wanted to rage. I wanted to punch a pillow. There was a lot of stuff coming, because I was frustrated about certain things that haven't been moving, haven't been changing. And I'm like, I am ready for change. I am ready for this. I'm ready for that. Why is it not happening? Like literally within the last 4 or 5 years, this has been going on in my life and I am sick and tired of it. So I had my moments where I'm like, enough is enough. Like I am ready for something new. I'm ready for, to move to a new city, for whatever it is that I'm desiring in my heart. Like I am ready and it needs to start occurring. Now I know I trust the divine timing, but damn. So I raged it out. I raged a lot of things out of my system on Tuesday this week, and it felt so good. Oh my gosh. By I think Wednesday morning, I was feeling so much better. And no wait, I'm getting the days wrong. It was Monday that I was raging it all out. And then I felt so much better by Tuesday morning because my birthday was Sunday. And literally, like a lot of the times, you also get stuck in this routine of, I don't know, of boredom or work or responsibilities. And you forget also about your sexual energy, which is very Scorpio. Scorpio rules the reproductive organs, the sacral chakra. So, right now during Scorpio season, it is very important to take care of your sexual health and your sexual energy. And so what is sexual energy? Is our creative life force energy. So you don't just make babies, okay? You also create art, okay, and create things in life and birth businesses or create whatever your creation or art is, okay? So your womb space isn't just for making a baby. And when you're not creating anything, when you're not doing anything with your creativity, with your sexual energy, it gets kind of stagnant in that area. And that's why sometimes you might get like ovarian cysts, or you just don't feel your juicy, bubbly, amazing stuff. That's why I really love Kim Anami. If you follow her on social media or her podcast, my God, she's incredible. And she talks all about like orgasms and masturbating and fucking yourself. Literally, it is so true what she talks about because you don't need to have a boyfriend or a partner to do this. And when you're tapping into your, sexual energy and your creative energy, everything else starts to flow. You want your sacral chakra to be juicy and overflowing with good energy, not like a swamp that's not moving and that's not creating anything. That causes problems in your health and in your energy and the way you glow in your face. My God. Okay. So repressed sexual energy is going to come up right now. It's going to come up so that you can again look at it and be like, okay, something needs to change here. I need to get things moving. Like move your body, shake your hips, shake your ass. Literally during Scorpio season, do a lot of womb healing and work. And one of the easiest ways to do that is also to dance. Dance and shake your ass. Seriously, I say that all the time. I don't do it as much anymore, but I used to post so many, dancing videos on my Instagram. And literally, that has gotten me through some of the darkest moments of my life the last 5 years is just dancing and moving and shaking my hips, my body because it moves energy, it releases trauma, it just does things to you that is so healing. It's just when people talk about somatic healing, that could be a form of somatic healing for me anyway. Obviously, in terms of healing, there are many things you can do, but one thing is true in Scorpio fashion is that speak your truth. Do not hold on to any emotions or any frustration or anger. If something is unfair, unjust, or is not right, sitting right with you, speak it. Do not block your throat chakra for nobody. And the throat and our womb space are interconnected. Okay. So if your throat chakra is blocked, it's going to affect your womb health. And if something's going on with your womb health, it's also going to affect your throat chakra. So I would say that during Scorpio season, it's literally very important to work on both chakras. And obviously, the throat chakra is connected, obviously, to Mercury energy, Gemini. And it's funny because we are going right now through a retrograde during, Scorpio season, Mercury in Scorpio. So it just makes sense. It makes sense right now to be speaking your truth, to be working on that on your throat chakra and your sacral chakra. So the color blue and the color orange. And yeah, you know, who cares what people think? Who cares if you piss off anyone? You need to be healthy. You do not want to make yourself sick and contain all this toxicity inside of your body, because what does that do? It causes disease in the body. So that's definitely one thing about me, and everyone in my family knows that I do not stay quiet. I do not keep my mouth shut. Even if it makes people uncomfortable, even if they get angry at me or I upset a lot of people, I'm gonna say it. And I'm always like that, even on social media. Like I'm very outspoken. I say what needs to be said, and that makes you quite unpopular. Yes, yes, it does. But I rather be unpopular than being fake and not speaking my truth and not being authentic to myself. So, anyway, I think I'm going to leave it here because I think that the most pivotal lesson of this week is to honor yourself and to really tap in within yourself and ask yourself, be real with yourself. What am I feeling? What's not making me happy? What needs to change? And that is in my power to change, because there's many things that are really not in our power. Like those things that connect to timing. Like I can be angry and mad, but really God is in control of the timing of my life. And I just have to trust and surrender. And that's very feminine energy. And that's also water energy, elements, again, connected to Scorpio that we're in. But we're about to go into fire, which is Sagittarius. So things are going to start picking up. All the work you've done on yourself this Scorpio season is going to start getting charged up during Sagittarius. And I do love Sagittarius energy. I love it. But I will talk about that soon in another episode. So for now, I'll leave you with this wisdom, with this alchemy from your Scorpio bestie. And un bacio e alla prossima.